Yeah, not looking good for the Charge. They are it feels bad because we only have 7 teams in the East region, so we only say goodbye to 1. So that is a title that you take alone that no one really wants to claim. Stray member around to the side. Gonna reposition and just rotate round the point. Choi goes into the corridor. Nice dash through. Lots of damage poured over them. Not gonna convert it to any kills like yet. There's the shout coming in from Kron, sustains the team. They're going to move over to the Mega. Another good dash from Choi, just picking up more damage, climbing towards it. Far away, picks up the frags, and that's another one fight for the Charge. This time around, though, we're looking for ults to come online. That's
a lot of extra damage. They have the scouting there. Jimmy's positioned well to see members exiting from that side. A bit more ult charge. So final fight territory now as we head into 19-9. And finally, some ultimates are online for the Valiant as well.
So on the back of Becky's blade,
and the rally's gone.
Jumps up to the sky. There you go, Jimmy's found Lingzer as well, so they're not going to have any beat joining this fight. Becky booped away, cannot escape. Xerneas again has their number, and has a clean first cap for the Charge. I was not expecting that on round number 1.
Yeah, I mean, Jimmy will also
use the deflect to get themselves back to the Mega. Becky using their own blade. They're still out of the fight as well. That's beaten, rally being used. Lengthen still has theirs. Rampage through 4 to shut down all the healing. Kron's going to try and answer back, but it might be too little too late as Jimmy and Far Away have already dropped back to the spawn room. Valiant have a solid retake. They didn't lose any on the entry. Apart from Easy Han just jumping off at the end there. For a quick reset, I imagine. Probably not intentional.
No, I think he got booped. No, I think he got booped there. That already made a mistake. He either made a mistake, he got...
Shots here from Kron on the front line, taking a lot of damage, needs to retreat back, otherwise he's going to drop back to the spawn room. Blade from Becky, Kron takes him out. Choice one pulls out a blade of their own. This is the Charge going to secure Ilios if they can just find it true, but Dia again with the jagged blade as Valiant go for the flip, rack up the kills. And surely they're going to be able to get the turn here at 99%. They just need to clear off those final members, but it looks like Valiant are going to tie up Ilios.
Yeah, such a turnaround play from the Valiant there. They were down quite early in that fight because their ultimates were slight. I think Xerneas might have lost his beat there. We'll have to check when the live stream catches up or something like that. But that is pretty disastrous. 2 ultimates available for the Charge. We're going to get there in time. Somebody has to touch it. Probably has to be the Lucio member. There are still ultimates alive. Choi loses his life.
Rampage gets to the point. Dia gets back in there. No one's able to touch. They just do not allow the Charge entry at the door. And the Valiant, after a shaky start, will pick up map number 1. Choi's being forced to play outside that building now, but they keep throwing the shurikens into the Valiant as they take space on the other side of the rail bridge. Now they're rotating close to the point, but Jimmy's found Lengzer in the rotation. 5v4 in favor of the Charge. Now's the time to capitalize on it and force all of them back to the spawn room. Need to be careful though, as Easy Han finds 2 with the Disruptor shot as they try to get in the door, being blocked by that ability, and it's all gone wrong for the Charge. They had a mad advantage going into that, and the Valiant on the back of Becky's Genji and Easy Han's Sojourn are able to get that kill and lock up the fight.
Yeah, I mean, just recovering from...
A couple of good shots from Dia will mean that they'll be able to get the Rampage on this fight. Becky's just kept in the skybox right now, unable to find a connection. Xerneas has beat to sustain the rest of them. Kron's gone down. It's 4v5 as Choice one pulls that blade of their own. Finding one. Jimmy with the headshot off the railgun to take him out again. Xerneas cleaning up the Charge. Will deny the Valiant the second capture on Midtown. And they will shut them down and not set a very long distance for them to meet on their own offense as we change sides.
That's not bad. I mean, that's better than what Fusion did to the Valiant.
Will slide away to safety as the rest of the team come forward to protect them. Krong unable to escape that one. Beautiful headshot there from Easy Han to clean up. He keeps getting away with that damage. The Carnage cuts through to find Sashin. It's Far Away who picks up the frag. Dia still holding strong. Use the shout as well. Doesn't hit the Jagged Blade. 30 HP, needs to escape but can't get away from Jimmy's Disruptor shot. And the Charge, they might be able to go for a recontest, but there's nothing holding the payload back now. Charge are going to walk it in. They take Lengzer out. There's no one mobile enough to get the touch. And they're able to get in just there. Dia right at the end. Easy Han finding one shot onto Xerneas. He will go for the spray down to attempt to take out Choice A1. Grapple over the top. No one's there to touch. And the Charge will level out the series 1 apiece.
And it was looking good for the LA Valiant on that initial A defense raid, but what really happened is Krong drops down from the high ground. Dia knifes and pulls him back up to kill him. That was insane.
Yeah, incredible play by Dia once more. Becky's getting close to that blade, as is Choi, but it's the rally coming out on cooldown by Far Away. Jimmy's already found Lengzer. And there's the second kill with Becky, Dia, Sashin, all being removed. Easy Han's the lone survivor. But point A will go the way of Charge. Needs to find the root of ingress. There's a rally from far away. Becky pulls the blade first. Choice A1's going to answer back. Finds one. They're trading one apiece so far. Damage for support. Far away losing the rally. A little bit earlier into its duration, but still finding value. Krong takes out Dia at the end. Blown eardrums from Becky, and the Charge are going to be able to get on to the point. They just need to clear out Sashin, and they can get an extension of time bank in OT and move into the final section of this map. One, Lenza going to be able to use the beat. Dia has gone over to the Doomfist just to get in there, touch, maybe have some pick potential. Rampage only finds the backline, but it's enough as they lose Sashin. Lenza's about to follow. They've got no supports on the Valiant. They've only been able to answer back with one kill onto Farway. It's Xerneas finding two. Choi cleans it up, and in OT, the Charge are going to get the completion. They
Choice of one being annoying on the high ground. They will now make the play around the side of the coast, and the blade is there.
Corridor. There's nowhere for them to run as well. They're in such a tight corridor. It makes it incredibly difficult to even contest this one. On the hunt for Becky, went off to the side, far away, up close and personal, but it's Krong to cut through Dia. Half the time bank spent, and they're not even past that first corner.
They just need one Dia.
There you go, cuts through, finds Jimmy and Farway. Good thing Xerneas' beat is there. Becky and Sashin get hit with one of their own from the other side. Sashin will look to reposition. Easy Harm's relatively safe for now, but Jimmy takes him out with the overclock. And Lenx is going to find Xerneas as well. Valiant taking control of the fight so far. Sashin's going to get dropped down by Jimmy, who's still alive and relatively uncontested for the time being, but Lenza finds Krong. Choice of one's going to cut through the fight. Gets onto the back. Jimmy, finally being focused by Becky, will try to slide away. And it's for Lenza to clean up. Valiant get a time extension that they sorely need. It's dropped off the field. Dia running incredibly low, can't stay alive. Nice shot with the overclock. Looking into this corridor, there's not a lot of space to maneuver. The tight angles might make it harder for Jimmy to hit the shot, but he still finds Lenza on the escape. One more for Becky after the deflect runs. No, he uses his fist instead. Jimmy taking control of the map, shutting down the Valiant, and they're going to bleed out this overtime as the Charge take a lead in this series.
I mean, there's a way that I want to describe Jimmy, but I can't say it on broadcast. You just have to wait for,
safe for work.
I don't know, the content later on, but...
Playing around the terrain beautifully. Valiant have control of the area. They're going to go around over the top and from the side. They pocket themselves into a tiny location. Krong's gone down low, so they can't really breach into that room just yet, as Krong is on life support right now, but Jimmy opens it up with a kill onto Becky. Have no idea how he found that one, but it makes it so easy for the Charge to follow up and retake the position that Valiant valiantly held for themselves at the start of the map.
That did not look like it should have been a win for the Charge. I mean, you had Krong on 1 HP.
They can't, like you said. Really does make it dire for them. Becky with the blade, point blank range, can't find any time to rotate very quickly to find something to slash. Anti-heal by a 5-man Rampage coming out from Krong. Puts the rest of the team on his back. Dia has the Rampage ready to go, but Becky converts Krong after all said and done. Far way down. This is the time. Valiant should be able to get that checkpoint. They just need to clear off the remaining members before the respawns come in on the hunt for Xerneas. Becky playing cleanup duty once more, and that is that checkpoint being claimed for the Valiant. Xerneas, they're going to do it. Dia with the jagged blade opens it up. It's going to mean Valiant will close it down. Easy Han going to be traded 4 versus 4 right now. Trying to get on edge. Becky pulls out the blade. Charge. This disaster. The rally from far away cannot save them. You called it. Valiant. They're map 5 warriors right now. Dia is going to cut through. Xerneas finds Lenza. They're all anti by the Rampage, but they're not fighting on the robot. The Valiant force us to map number 5. We're going to close it all out on the pile.
Yeah, I mean, just the frags coming on through.
Final tap to confirm the kill. The Valiant are going to reset, but not lose any of their positioning they built for themselves. Good dynamite there into the middle of the field. Jimmy finds Sashin! Jimmy's woken back up, no terrain to hide behind.
I don't know if you saw that, but Sashin, he was ahead of everyone. He was ahead of Dia. He just ran on in, shield bashing on in ahead of the rest of the team. Gets instantly blown up, and then LA Valiant right afterwards, the rest of the squad can't back on up.
99% OT triggered. Dia, drop, that's your tank gone. That's it. Charge. Dominate the first round of the poll, and only stall tactics remain for the Valiant. We saw this though in map number 1. We watched the evolution.
I do want to say here as well, as you know, don't get baited by any of this, definitely over. I do want to say as well, you know, we looked at Ilios, same thing happening. First round, 100-0 sweep on Ruins. Valiant looked lost, completely missing from that.
Choi still up in the sky, relatively uncontested. Krong going down low. Someone needs to save him. Sashin will drop before that happens, though. Now they've lost both supports for the Valiant.
This is... The Valiant are about to get snowballed again. Back-to-back, made impossible 0 to 100 snowballs, because it's another fight where it's a full 5-0 wipe.
Preemptively at the beginning of this fight. Blade from behind, cuts through. Here he goes. Beat comes out immediately from Xerneas, and they've lost 3. That's it! The Charge have absolutely dominated Valiant on the last map, and they're going to secure the Series 3-2 and start their campaign to dodge the elimination from playoffs.
Yep, and, you know, against, I think, in this sort of situation, why I would consider Guangzhou